Okay. So today I went to see Mary Poppins Returns. Now, when the sequel was being in development, about to be released, I was very apprehensive because after all, this is Walt Disney's crowning jewel in all of his movies, and this is my favourite Disney film ever. So I was really nervous, thinking, oh god. But after watching the trailer and hearing some of the songs, I thought, okay, maybe this could be good. So I went to see it, and okay, it's not amazing. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it doesn't. It's amazing, but it's charming, it's whimsical, and it makes you smile. For the 2 hours I was there, it made me smile and just forget about the fucking huge amount of math assignments I've got to do. But it makes you smile, and what I loved about it, it gives you huge nostalgia for the original movie. It gives you huge nostalgia in March with the music and little motifs and all, which I'll get to later. But it gives you huge nostalgia for the original. Now that was what I loved about it. The nostalgia for the original was just, it was amazing. Okay, so the story follows 25 years later. Michael and Jane are grown up, and Michael has 3 children, and his wife has passed away a year earlier, and he's trying to balance not losing us, which is about to be seized by bankers, and his villainous boss, played by the fantastic Colin Firth. So he's trying to balance both, trying not to lose the house and trying to look after the kids, and it's not going that well. So who else is going to come in? Mary Poppins. So she arrives, and it's all about. One thing I've noticed as an adult, in a film called Saving Mr. Banks, which is about the making of the original Mary Poppins, the theory is that Mary Poppins did not come to save the children, she came to save the father. And that's what I think that got me about this film. She wasn't there to just sort of save the children, save the dad. She was there to sort of help bring them together, and that's what the point of the magical adventures. It's to make him sit up and take notice more of them. He's like, oh, wait, what are you talking about, these magical adventures? What nonsense. And then it's all about them all coming together, and it's just, I love that whole idea of the family coming together. I just thought it was fantastic. Yeah. But one thing is also, sorry, I've got notes here because I don't want to forget what I'm saying, because a lot of stuff I want to say, is throughout the trailers there's no sign of Bert. I was like, where's Bert? Where's Bert gone? But as it turns out, he's travelling the world. I was like, oh, thank God. Because I was worried they were going to, like in Mamma Mia 2, they were going to kill him all, that he died. I was like, oh no, please don't kill Bert, please don't kill Bert. But no, he's alive and he's travelling the world. But so, Emily Blunt, what can you say about her? I thought she was truly magnificent as Mary Poppins. I think she did the role justice, and she did it her own way. She didn't try to be Julie Andrews. She didn't try to be Julie Andrews. She did it her own way. She made the role her own, and that was just amazing and phenomenal. She's assertive. I just loved it when the little lad comes in. Dad, look, he's coming. When she just walks into the house and you hear the instrumental of A Spoonful of Sugar, you're like, oh, it's nostalgia rush. The way she just walks in the front door is like, oh, I've come to help the bank, look after the bank's children. Us? Oh yes, you too. She's just so assertive, and she's still got that prim, proper thing going on. It's so funny, and like when the child like, please Mary Poppins, can we go? And she's like, oh, all right. But no, she was fantastic. I really enjoyed her in this movie. I thought she was fantastic. Okay, and Lin-Manuel Miranda is sort of the Bert-style character, the sort of goofy sidekick. I liked him. He's sort of, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, he was cheeky and he was charming and he was a lovable, nice, adorable character. So I really enjoyed him. Like, he wasn't Bert, and he didn't try to be, but he was a good enough substitute, I think, to sort of get things. And so he didn't try to be Bert, so I thought that was good. And so I really enjoyed his performance. I thought he did very well. And he was sort of the perfect mix to Mary Poppins' stern and seriousness with his cheeky chappiness, and the part where he's climbing Big Ben to get to the clock to reverse time. I was like, oh god, it was fantastic. It was like sort of made the movie a bit of an action movie almost. But Ben Whishaw as Michael, I loved his performance. It was really good because he is, as I said, because it's very similar to the first movie. He's lost his way, and the children help him find it, because it's just like in the first movie it's all about the children helping him find his way back, to realise what's important, that his job isn't important, it's his family that's important, and that's his journey throughout the film. So it was just huge nostalgia rushes for the first movie through that. So I just thought that was really well done. And Emily Mortimer as Jane, I loved her. Like, she's just her mother's daughter. Like, as we all remember, her mother was a suffragette in the first movie. She's now an activist for people who are struggling, people who are homeless and all, and she works in soup kitchens. So she's her mother's daughter to a T. I love that. She was just her mother's daughter in every way. It was just, that was perfect way to make that, perfect thing for that character to do when she was a grown-up. I thought that was perfect for her to follow in her mother's footsteps. Okay. And Dick Van Dyke, oh my god, when he came on, I was like, oh my god, oh my god. I was like, he delivers the comeuppance to Colin for his villain. It was fucking fantastic. He's just like, oh, right, would you please escort this man from the building? He's out. It's like fantastic. And he's so lovable and adorable, and his dance was fantastic. His dance, like, this is a man who's what, 92 years of age, and there he is dancing on a table like he's still in his 40s. Like, it was just, he brought back that huge nostalgia rush for the first movie again. I just thought that was fantastic. I loved his dance, it was brilliant. Okay, and now, but my favourite, and I think this is my favourite scene in the whole movie. I think this scene is going to be my favourite. It's the scene where he tells the children a story. We start to, did you know the one about the wooden leg named Smith? A wooden leg named Smith. But no, he tells the children the story of how when Mr. Banks in the first movie came to the bank to be dismissed, he gave them that tuppence and, what was it? No, Michael gave him the tuppence and because he wanted to feed the birds, but he gave his dad the tuppence, and the dad, Mr. George Banks, then gave it to the bank and said, here's this tuppence, guard it well. And then he turns around and says, oh, but we have guarded it well, and it's grown, that little tuppence has grown very well, and it's enough money to save your house. I love that. When he was telling that story, I was just having this huge emotional nostalgia. Just like, oh, it reminded me of that moment in the first movie. It was fantastic. I thought it was brilliant, just brilliantly well. I just loved it. It was my favourite part in the whole movie. Okay, now the songs. Now, some people said the songs were forgettable. A few of them were. Like, I thought Jam Jack's Light a Little Bit song was okay. It wasn't that catchy or upbeat, and a few of the songs, but the songs I liked most were, I've got them written down here, hang on. I loved A Conversation, where Michael is having this supposed conversation with his wife saying, I miss you and you were always there. There was this really tugged at the heartstrings. I loved that. I just thought that was a beautiful song. Can You Imagine That? Probably my favourite fucking song in the whole movie. I love that song. Just the whole concept of imagination and fantasy and how you can escape and how it provides escapism is just, I love that song. It was my favourite. And then A Cover Is Not the Book, which is a perfect metaphor for not everyone is who you think they are, which is how little Georgie discovers when he sees the man with the cartoon wolf and then sees the manager with the watch. And it's a metaphor, it's a symbolism that not everyone is who you think they are, not everyone can be trusted. So I loved that. And actually I meant to say, no, I love the animated sequence in the Pottery Land. I thought that was a huge nostalgia rush for when they were in the chalk drawing land in the first movie. Okay, The Place Where Lost Things Go. Oh my god, that movie, that near had me in bits, because that was just like, that even though the people we love died, even though, I suppose I have to know what I'm trying to say, even though the mother is dead, the children should know she's still there. And it was just, I loved how Emily Blunt did, or Mary Poppins did that. It's just that and it was almost like a new version of Feed the Birds. It's a metaphor about that even though someone we love is gone, they are still there. So no, I just loved that. And then Nowhere to Go But Up. I love that as the finale, and the little instrumentals of Let's Go Fly a Kite in between. I just love that, where Michael and Jane remember their childhood. It's just, I love that. And then towards the end, when you hear the wind rush and you're like, oh no, it's the wind changed, and you know that it's time for Mary Poppins to go. You're just like, oh no, please don't go, Mary Poppins. But it was just, I love that song. It really gave me a nostalgia rush for Let's Go Fly a Kite. Okay, and then one last thing I want to talk about. I'm sorry if I look like I'm reading off notes here, but I'm trying to remember what I want to say. And okay, so one thing was the huge motifs of the original, such as the kite. The kite, this is when I saw that kite, I was like, oh my god, the kite! And it had the ribbons attached. So I loved how the kite played an important part throughout the whole movie. And as it turns out, the bank certificate shares were on it all the time, which was fantastically and so clever. And Admiral Boom was there and setting off the cannon, but actually Big Ben was on time, but he was always late because he was getting on a bit. But I love that. And even places like when they're walking down the London street and into the bank, I just kept getting flashes of those scenes in the first movie. So this movie just provided a whole nostalgia rush for me. So overall, guys, it's not amazing, but it's whimsical, it's charming, and Emily Blunt does a fantastic job. So if you're doing nothing over Christmas, go and see it. It will make you smile, and it will make you realise why, as children, we fell in love with Mary Poppins in the first place. So it's fantastic. It's charming, whimsical. It will make you smile at a time when the world needs to smile. So go see it.